Literal equations. Literal equations are equations with more than one variable. So you're basically going to rearrange or undo the given equation in order to isolate a given variable that they want. So if we look at example 1, we have d is equal to rt. Doesn't matter what this means. We're just trying to solve for the letter t. So right now, it's telling you to multiply. We said that if you have variables touching or constants and variables touching, it automatically means to multiply. So in order to get this t by itself, the undo operation would be to divide by r. So if I have d is equal to rt, if I divide both sides by r divided by r is going to cancel. So my t is going to equal d over r. So you're not solving for an actual number, you're just rearranging the whole equation to get a specific variable by itself. So if we look at example 2, this is our simple interest, which doesn't matter, but this is our simple interest equation. This first one was our equation for speed. Distance is equal to rate times time, how fast you're going and how long it takes. So for example 2, again, if I'm trying to solve for r, this says to multiply all three of those pieces together. So in order to get these three pieces separated, if I just want the r, that means I'd have to get rid of the p and the t. So when I divide both sides by pt, my r is by itself, and I'm left with capital I, my interest, divided by my principal times my time. You don't need to go any further because I've isolated this r. For example 3, if I have area is equal to half of the base times the height, if I'm solving for b. So again, in this case, I would do it in two separate steps instead of trying to combine it all in one piece. If I want the b by itself, I first have to get rid of my fraction. So in order to get rid of a fraction, if I have 1/2 base height, if I want to get rid of this fraction, we know that I need to multiply both sides by its reciprocal, or just the whole number 2. So now I'm going to have 2a is equal to bh. So I've gotten rid of one piece. Now I still want to get b by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by my h, or my height. So to find the base, I'm going to end up with 2a divided by h. This is our area of a triangle equation. So area is equal to 1/2 base times height. So this would be helpful if they give you the area and ask you to find the base. You would use this equation in order to solve it. And the last one that we're going to talk about is example 4. So F is Fahrenheit, so this is degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius conversion. So we're looking for Celsius, so we're going to rearrange it in order to get that Fahrenheit. I'm going to rewrite it down here. So Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 times C plus 32. So if I'm trying to get C by itself, you can see that C has a coefficient in front of it, that fraction. So this 9/5 C is a single term. I can't change this term until I get it by itself or until I isolate it. So I first need to subtract 32 from both sides. So when I subtract 32, I now have Fahrenheit minus 32 is going to equal 9/5 C. Now I need to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of this fraction. So I'm going to multiply everything by 5/9. So when I rewrite my final answer, I'm going to have 5/9 times this difference of Fahrenheit minus 32, and that's going to equal my value of C, because if I have 9/5 and I multiply it by 5/9, I end up with 45 over 45, which is equal to 1. So that's why it cancels in front of my C value.